Hi, Raccoons.
Hi.
Welcome to the Reality TV Cringe podcast, where we serve up all the garbage that is fit to eat. I'm
So
trashy.
tasty.
You're trashy.
I am trashy.
And we're trashy together.
Yeah.
So happy to be here.
Yeah.
We are here tonight, year of our Lord 2023, to discuss Sister Wives season 18, episode 2, entitled Thanks for Nothing.
Nothing, which we just watched together.
We just reacted to.
Yes.
So if you are in the Glittergates landfill, luxury landfill, by the way, it's a nice place to be.
Yes.
If you're looking for a place to be as a raccoon, you might as well come on over to the Glittergates luxury landfill, where all this trash is served to you on a silver platter by us.
On Patreon.
All right, before we get into this episode, we do want to issue you the disclaimer that we are ridiculous.
Especially Delia.
I don't word police. I would like to speak my mind. Thanks.
Yeah,
I've been alive for decades. I am
long
used to
time.
speaking my mind. I will be vulgar.
Yep.
She will be vulgar.
100%.
We'll have opinions that you don't like, but okay. We're all adult raccoons.
Yeah. We're
It's
all in the
okay.
dumpster together.
We don't have to agree on everything.
Yeah.
So if you're sensitive, you better beat it. This is not the podcast for you, for sure.
For sure.
But now we're going to get to motherfuckers Sister Wives,
Yes.
which is what I know everybody is here to talk about. So this episode picks up back at Salsa Brava. As you recall, last week, Cody goes to meet Christine, who he hates.
Yep.
And they're going to be talking about the holidays and what's going to happen with Truly and I guess Isabel. And he's going to require them to get a Q-tip shoved up their nose just so that they can see their dad, irrespective of the fact that he's at fucking Salsa Brava.
Yep.
And he's not in a mask and he didn't get vaccinated. But I don't want my head to explode. So I'm not going to continue to opine on that. We pick up here with Cody admitting to some anger issues.
Because he hates Christine.
Really? You think you have anger issues?
Dude, you have a lot of issues. It's not just anger. It's narcissism. It's your hair. It's everything. You have so many fucking issues.
Right. He has the audacity to call Christine Machiavellian, which he mispronounced as Machiavellian.
Yes.
And he calls her Machiavellian, meaning like she's behind the scenes, puppet master, saying one thing to him, being nice to him and or on film, but behind the scenes talking shit about him to the kids. Mm-hmm. And
that's wild to me.
It is wild. It's wild.
That he even thinks that Christine, out of everybody, is the Machiavellian puppet master,
right,
to break up the entire family, as if he has no responsibility, as if Robin didn't do anything.
Well, that's my question.
I'm just like,
for you, Beatrice, does he not realize, is he that dumb that he doesn't actually realize that the Machiavellian puppet master is Robin, and that Robin is the one that's behind the COVID protocols and all the other things that have happened to contribute to the breakup of this family? Does he not legitimately see that?
Well, I don't know. We've talked about this before on pods, like theorized, like, is Robin this smart to be this puppet master of this entire fucking family and break up everything? I don't know if she's that smart, but I think they're both like doing it together, and they both don't want to admit that they are both the problem. And so they're just going to project everybody else, because Robin's the damsel in distress. She doesn't know what happened here. She doesn't realize that everything's going on. You know, was I not given the whole story?
Right.
I thought everything was safe for me and my kids.
I'm trying to understand whether like he actually believes that shit. Like I think
he believes it.
The raccoons out here and the audience for Sister Wives, we kind of cover the spectrum of intelligence. Most of us are normal, average intelligence, and we can see that she's behind all of this shit. Are you telling me that Cody doesn't see that Robin's behind it, but he's going to call Christine Machiavellian? Like, that's fucking rich to me.
I mean,
that's rich to me.
The audacity, dude.
So, and he says to the camera that Christine is the one that's been talking behind his back to his kids. And then we get that clip from Christine. She's talking to the camera saying, the job that I love the most in this life is being a mother to my children. I am a sounding board to my children.
Yeah, if they have problems, they come to me and I listen.
Right.
Which I believe.
Right.
But you think she's talking shit to them?
I think that there's a few things going on. I feel like the children see that their mother is sad. The children see that their father's not around. The children aren't dumb. They can read the energy, but they can also see with their eyes.
Yeah.
But the question I think you're asking is, do I think maybe Christine talked a little bit of shit? I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
if she
either.
talked a little bit of shit. She also has somewhat intelligent children,
Yeah.
intelligent children who might have asked her questions. And I could see a world where she answers those questions honestly.
Yeah.
Like, where's dad? And she's like, he doesn't give a shit about
He's
you.
at Robin's house.
He hates
again.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. You don't have a dad, actually.
I mean, that's the truth, right?
So interesting part of that conversation with Cody and Christine is when she's like, so you're angry. Oh, you're so angry. I noticed you're angry. Are you angry right now?
It's okay to be angry. I just want you to know that.
Which I love. That's queen shit right there. She's like,
I know.
I'm super composed
Yeah.
right now. I am not triggered at all. But
Yeah.
like, I can see that you're really upset, that you're so angry. And he pauses.
Yeah.
And then he says, look, I don't want to give you the satisfaction of knowing that I'm angry.
Yeah, I feel like it would make you happy. And she's like, no, it wouldn't. It actually is heartbreaking. That's what she says.
She's heartbreaking. But then to the camera, she's like, I don't even think about this dude.
I don't think about him as much as he thinks I think about him. Yeah.
It's like, I don't spend my time thinking about, is Cody angry?
No.
Is Cody driving by my former home just thinking about me?
I had such an inappropriate thought. Should I say it?
Yes, absolutely. For the uncensored raccoons.
I don't think about him as much while I'm getting railed by
My new fucking man and enjoying my life and getting a titty tattoo. A to the
Yes.
man. And then he talks about his grief. You know what I mean? And he's
Oh,
got
yeah,
grief
he's hurting.
because, and she's like, because of us and because we broke up.
No, because of my big picture. I lost my big picture.
Right. Right.
Which is what?
Well, the
That
big
I get to
picture
fuck Robin forever.
is right. I get the one big house. I get all my kids there for the holidays.
Only
I
the
get
holidays.
all of the love and devotion and the respect. I get so much respect.
the loyalty.
From all of my kids, and I get to fuck Robin all the time and neglect you. That was my big picture. Is there something wrong with that?
How dare you rob me of my big picture, Christine? You're breaking up the family.
Right. And so Christine's like, well, I mean, I think there's something to be said for the fact that you don't actually talk to the majority of the people in that big picture.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't actually talk to your children.
Yep.
You don't have a relationship with them. So like, at what point are we going to get to the awareness that that's on you?
Yeah. Yeah. He doesn't care. There's literally no ounce of self-awareness for Cody motherfucking Brown. Because I think, isn't this the part where he straight up says, well, my kids are older now, so it goes both ways.
Yes.
It goes both ways.
Yes.
Which I hate that shit.
Right.
I'm sorry. I hate that shit because I'm like, if you're the parent, shouldn't more of the responsibility fall on you? Because if you're the one not talking to your kids and calling them narcissists and calling them stupid and belittling them and not seeing them and abandoning their mothers, wouldn't you make a little bit extra time to go meet your kids at Salsa Brava?
Right. Like, wouldn't the burden be upon you, the onus be upon you to like maybe build that bridge so that they could get the fuck over it?
Yeah.
But he absolutely,
can't.
no, he doesn't see it that way at all. Instead, what he's thinking about is like maybe Christine and him could have some counseling together.
Yeah. Breakup counseling.
So in theory, that is a very enlightened idea, like a conscious uncoupling.
Yeah.
We have all these children together. We're divorcing. Maybe we get some therapy so we can learn how to co-parent together in a healthy way. I get it. That sounds good. But under no circumstance would I ever go to therapy with a narcissist.
Nope. Never. Although I would watch the fuck out of him on couples therapy.
Oh my God.
On Paramount Plus.
Showtime's couples
Oh
therapy.
my.
With Dr. Orna. She would have
call
him
him
pegged in a moment. But you don't go to therapy with a narc.
Nope.
Because a narc is not able to see themselves accurately. The narc always sees themselves in a distorted way and always in a grandiose way.
Right.
They're always right. And so Christine would just be further abused in a counseling session. And she even says to the camera, she's like, yeah, there was a time when I would have done anything for him.
Anything at all.
And we all know they went to therapy. They went to Galveston. They fucking built a rock tower. We saw that. She tried, but she's like, now I
I
ain't
ain't
doing
doing
that.
shit.
Furthermore, Cody don't want to go to counseling. Cody's not
No.
going to set up the counseling appointment. Cody's just talking shit on camera. It's
Yep.
not going to happen.
Yep, to try and frame the story of like, well, but I asked for counseling and you didn't want to do it, so it's all on you.
Right, but she didn't say it. She's like, okay, yeah,
Sure.
sounds great. I know you're not going to do it, my guy. Then they cut to Robin, who's like, I would go to counseling with any of these people.
I would even go to counseling with Christine.
Uh-huh. I wish Christine could have been
Dude.
there real time and said, okay,
Let's
do it. Let's bring in a counselor. I would love to do that with you,
Let's
Robin,
do it
because
right
there
now.
is no way in hell Robin would ever in a million years
Nope.
sit down for counseling with Christine.
No, never. And if she
Girl.
did, it would just be her fake crying the whole entire time.
It would be. And Christine would be like, girl, I see you. We
Yeah.
all see you. We see
all
each
see
other.
you.
So then we get to the end of the conversation and Christine's like, I just want to be friends. Like,
Yeah.
I want to move forward. We have kids together. Like, I want it to be an amicable situation. And to the camera, Cody's like, I'm not interested in being friends with this bitch.
I'm not interested in seeing her ever again. He's like, I fucking hate her.
Right.
He's so fucking bitter. It's
He's
crazy.
He's really bitter.
Yeah.
She thanks him for meeting her to have this conversation. She pays the check.
She pays
Which
for fucking
We had to
lunch.
freeze it. I'm like, is that her pen?
It's because Cody is broke.
I don't think so. I think
Cody's broke.
I don't think Cody's broke at this
I think he's
particular
broke.
time. I think he's on the highway to broke right now.
Yeah, he's
but I think
broke.
he's like, yeah, you want to meet with me? Fucking you pay then, because I
Yep.
don't want to be here. I hate your guts. I want a season of hating you. Furthermore, it's probably TLC that's paying that.
Probably. But she should have ordered nachos.
Yeah.
She really missed
She
the
did.
opportunity.
A golden opportunity to eat her fucking nachos and repulse him.
Yes.
I would have loved to see it.
That would have been so great.
My friend. And then he gets up, he pushes away from the table.
Doesn't
he
push his
leaves
chair in.
his chair about 2 feet away. He doesn't scoot it back into the
Nope.
table. And then she like pays the bill, she scoots her shit in and she walks out. Like just
Yep.
the compare and contrast in decency.
Yeah.
Just the automatic default levels of decency that she has versus what he has.
Yep. Arrogance versus humility. Well, some humility from Christine.
Or just normal person.
normal
Like,
person.
Actually mom vibes. Like I'm a
Yeah.
mom. Like I'm gonna clean this shit up.
Of
I'm gonna push in
course.
the chair. And like he has no
None.
awareness about how to act. The next segment, we get into all the Thanksgiving stuff. We get
Yeah.
into who's going where, what they're going to do. We know that Janelle has made the decision to go to North Carolina.
Yep.
She's going to hang out with Maddie and Hunter and Caleb and her grandkids.
And Isabel's there.
And Isabel's still in college, community college in North Carolina. We have Christine taking Truly and Peyton
Yep.
to Aspen and Mitch's house. I guess Mitch's family is doing Thanksgiving, but they don't want cameras.
Yeah.
So Christine's heading over there and everybody seems super happy.
Yeah.
And also Cody's at peace during his Thanksgiving.
Totally. Even though this is the second Thanksgiving in a row that they have not gathered together,
Right.
which is interesting. And he's at Robin's house. And can we talk about the furniture that's in Robin's house?
Yes.
Isn't it kind of opulent and very kind of upper class, like high class? I mean, I know it's Robin, but
I guess I didn't really look at it too much.
it's kind of ornate. Like the bed that because he was on like a fucking Zoom call or something in her room, and she's got a bunch of artwork everywhere, which I noticed. I'm like, it could just be Target artwork, but it could be nice artwork. But their bed frame is like super fucking big and like very regal, like really bad looking, obviously. It's gross.
I mean,
But it's just like, it looks like it's kind of expensive. And then we get to her dining room area, which is also kind of expensive. And like her big ass fucking sectional and like all of her shit everywhere. I don't know. I was just taking note because we don't get to see Robin's house very much.
well, guess what? The footage that they showed us of that year's Thanksgiving, so 2021 Thanksgiving, was actually the footage that they aired in season 16.
What?
Mary is wearing the same outfit. Cody is wearing the same outfit. Robin is wearing the same outfit. So they did not shoot any new footage for 2021 Thanksgiving. She did not let them in the fucking house for whatever reason. Maybe it's COVID. Maybe they've got some shit going on in the house, but that wasn't new footage. That was old footage.
No
Yes.
way.
Yes. Yes. And so we have Cody like on his phone or whatever talking about how he hopes for peace
Yeah.
with his family, maybe in the next months or maybe the next year. But for right now, Cody feels at peace because he's around people who he doesn't offend
Yes.
and who love him and are devoted to him.
Unconditionally. The loyalty, the respect that he
Yeah.
gets from Robin and her family, and I guess Mary's there. Like,
Yeah, I can't relate to this guy.
I can't
dude.
relate to him at all.
I
man.
can't relate to him. We're
I
in the
can't.
same age group and bracket. And I just can't imagine having fallen out with my child, become estranged from my family that I care about in any way, and take the fucking position that hopefully in the future I will be at peace because they will come over here
Right.
and be devoted to me and be respectful to me. Like I would be like, I don't care about respect.
No.
I don't care about like shows of affection. I just want to be with you. What can I
Right.
do to accommodate wherever you are so that we can regain our relationship? What do I need to do? There's none of that behind the eyes at all with Cody Brown.
No. And I don't get it because I'm like, do you not love your kids? Like, do you not miss them at all? I mean, you raised them and you were allegedly a good dad.
Yeah, Janelle said so in this episode.
I mean, for the majority of their life until Robin came along. So I'm like, what between now and then made you decide, yeah, I just don't care to see anybody?
I think he's been filled with ideas of
From
what,
Robin?
or her family too, the stepdad, the mother. So I can see where he's been filled with all of these ideas about how his wives should treat him because she's talking about it right here.
Right.
We need to carry the torch.
Yeah.
You know, we need to give him a break. He's our teammate, et cetera, et cetera. So I can see where she's filled him with all of these ideas that now he believes that his children owe him something
Yeah.
in order to be in his presence. Where I, as a parent, I can't relate to that at all. It's like, what can I do to create a safe space for us to be in presence with one another?
Right.
I will do whatever the fuck I have to do.
Yeah. And how can I heal the relationships between me and my child?
How can I make amends?
Yeah. Because like, don't you want to be a grandpa? Like, don't you want to be involved in your kids' lives and their grandkids and like all these? Like, he just doesn't care. It's
I don't think
crazy.
I really don't think this dude cares.
No.
Meanwhile, in North Carolina, we have Janelle, and she's making biscuits. I guess it's
Yeah.
Christine's recipe. And I
Yeah.
think they're kind of doing this because Christine has that cooking show on YouTube, and maybe they're trying to gauge whether people are interested in the cooking aspect, because we have a lot of like Christine talking about cooking.
Yeah, and how to cook the rolls and
Right.
stuff, and how it's a compliment, and talking about the dough. And I'm like, why are we talking about the dough?
And a sticky dough needs more flour. I'm like, I don't
It's a
care, but
spin-off.
I get it. I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
And whatever I can do personally to support Christine and her adventure, I'm here for. But like, I would actually prefer, other than a cooking show, to have you sit down and tell me the truth about everything that happened in your marriages.
Please. I just want a Sister Wives tell all like spin off.
Yes.
Maybe it could be like a docu-series or something.
Yep.
Where it's like several episodes where it's the three of you talking about your fucking relationships and how terrible it was
Yeah.
and what broke it all up. And I want to hear from some of the older kids.
Oh my God, yes.
Like, I just want that.
That's what we really want.
I mean, that's cool. You got a cooking show. I might watch it because I like cooking stuff, but I don't care about that.
I really don't care about that. I support
don't
you and I want you to be happy.
Yeah.
Maybe some people do care about that, but that's really not what I'm looking for. But I love Christine and it's awesome. And I
Me
love
too.
that Janelle's with her family.
Yes.
And that she's feeling good about
Yeah.
herself. Meanwhile, Christine comes back, I guess, from Mitch and Aspen's. It's like the next day. She's hanging out with her son, Peyton, and she's making him some sort of a tapioca dish. But this is where we get into the conversation where there's a lot of different bombs that were dropped. Why don't you take that? What did you take away from that conversation?
Well, I mean, there was the first bomb that was dropped, and it was about choosing sides. And Peyton mentioned this before, like, so there was a scene where Peyton tells Christine, but Mom, Dad asked you not to go to Grandma's funeral.
Yeah.
Because Christine's kind of like toying with the idea of like, well, I don't want to pick sides and I don't want you guys to like hate each other and I want you guys to have a good relationship, blah,
Right.
blah, blah, blah. And Peyton's like, Mom, he sucks though because he told you not to go to Grandma's funeral.
Right.
That's messed up. And then Peyton in his talking head said, you know, I know to the best of my knowledge, Janelle's kids and me and my siblings, Christine's kids, have all picked sides, and we've all picked Christine.
Our moms, yeah.
Yeah. And so obviously there's a line being drawn in the sand with the family. So it's being split in half. It's like Christine and Janelle and all their kids, and Mary and Robin and Cody and their kids.
Yes.
Well, but not Leon, though.
I don't know what's going on with Leon because we don't really talk about Leon. But yeah, I thought that was really interesting because I know that at the time of this filming, which would have again been Thanksgiving 2021, we have had two matriarchs that have passed. We've had Janelle's mother who passed, and we've had, I think her name was Bonnie. That's Mary's mother who has passed. I remember Cody went to Bonnie's funeral. I didn't see Christine there, but I do believe that Christine went to Janelle's mother, Sarah, I think was her name.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Wait, what was her name?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I forget
man.
what her
I really
name
am
was.
sorry.
But anyway, I think Christine went to Janelle's mother's funeral. I bet that Cody asked her not to go to that funeral.
Why? Because of COVID?
I don't know. Maybe had they already kind of fallen out. I don't know the timeline well enough
That's so messed
to
up.
understand. It might have been Bonnie. Maybe they didn't. But I think by the time Bonnie passed, I think Christine and Cody were separated. So I don't even know if that she would have gone to Bonnie's funeral.
But like, if that's the case, so if it was after Christine and Cody have left, if he really asked her, don't go to our family member's funeral, that is so unbelievably fucked up.
Yeah, but I mean,
That is
it's
so fucked up.
in keeping with fucking Cody.
Of course, but
I
I'm
can
just
see him
like,
doing that.
why? Because you're going to be there?
Yeah, maybe.
Because you're going to be her? Boo fucking who?
Yeah,
Somebody
he just
died in
doesn't
the
want
family.
to be around her. He wants his season of
Wild.
hate, and so he asked her not to go. But I'm glad that she went. Anyway, we also learned from Peyton that he really didn't spend a lot of time in Flagstaff. I don't know where he is now. I guess my impression was that he was in Flagstaff, but apparently
He never moved there.
he didn't. He went into the military. I'm not sure what branch. Is it the reserves or like something like that?
I have no idea, but now he's in St. George.
Now he's in St. George, Utah, which I also think McKelty and Tony are in St. George as well. So he's in Utah. But so he hasn't really been exposed too much to everything that's been going on.
Yeah.
Now, after all of this conversation, we got to talk before we get to the Zoom call. We've got to talk about the COVID comment.
Oh, yeah, about the immunity.
Right, because Christine is in the process of talking about how difficult it was for Robin and Cody. Like they got really, really sick.
Yep.
And that's when he said.
And then he says, smirking, he's like, well, that's because their immune systems are shit.
Yeah, but it sounded kind of like an inside joke to me.
Yeah, a little
Like this
bit.
is something that they've been talking about. And I'm like, what's happening here? What could it possibly be that he's referring to?
It could be a dig at Cody, and it could be, like you said, an inside joke with the family, but a dig at Cody and Robin because they have been so hypocritical with the COVID stuff. Like they're putting on this facade of like, this is the reason why we don't talk to the family. It's because of COVID.
Right.
But they're not living up to those expectations because Cody's dancing at weddings and getting Aurora's ears pierced and nobody's vaccinated, but everybody else, like, it's just, maybe it's that.
Maybe it's that, or maybe it's that Robin is putting it out there that they're immunocompromised, or that maybe that's why Saul couldn't really hug truly or play with the other kids. Like, I don't know what the heck's going on, but it sounds like they've set themselves up to be segregated from the rest of the family.
Yeah.
And maybe Peyton in this moment is just kind of fucking making fun of that. Like, yeah, right. You're immunocompromised. Okay. You just don't want to hang out with us.
Right.
You just don't want to be with us.
And I mean, Christine does call that sarcasm.
Yes.
She says that Peyton hides behind his sarcasm when really he's just angry and hurt, and he needs to not do that. He needs to not make comments like that. And she calls him out. She's like, oh, stop that. That's terrible.
But keep going.
But I mean, please keep going.
I'm like, I think her energy though is saying, but keep going.
I love it.
Then we get into the subject of the
Zoom
group chat. So apparently Logan creates a group chat. I don't know if they had a pre-existing group chat, but Logan comes up with the idea for the siblings to do a gift exchange. So not the parents,
Right.
not the papa and the mamas, just the siblings to do a group exchange.
Yes. And then somebody said in that group chat of the kids, let's get the parents involved. And then that meant all of the parents were involved. Robin inserts herself into the conversation and says, well, let's talk about all of this over a Zoom call. And then I guess a bunch of, I mean, this is all the fucking kids in this group chat, I'm assuming.
So like what, 18, 20? Well, 18
1,000
plus
kids.
4 adults, right?
Yes, 1,000 people to try and get together to do a Zoom call. And she wanted it done right there and then, it sounds like. And everybody was kind of going back and forth of like, well, probably I can't do it right now. Or like, oh, let's do it this time, blah, 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 blah. Or maybe blowing it off. And Robin then took this out of proportion and said, well, fine, screw it. We don't have to do it. I'm done.
Right.
And then this created a snowball effect because it brought up a lot of old feelings from people. And I think maybe Robin was the one that said this, or maybe one of her kids said, well, we don't feel like we know the siblings.
It was Robin. Robin said that her children don't even know what their siblings look like.
Yeah. And then Hunter pipes in the chat and says, well, one Zoom call is not going to fix that. Yes, King.
Yep.
And then I guess everybody started going off.
I bet what happened in that moment is that Robin's kids started piping up in the chat and getting a little bit, I don't know about aggressive, but like starting to defend their mom.
Yeah,
I bet
probably.
Robin's in the background reading this chat going, what the fuck who is he to say this to me? I think she's riling up her children. So her children start engaging in the chat. And now we got these other kids that are coming in.
Yeah.
And starting to say things about Robin and how they have felt for years since the moment that she came into the family.
Yes.
And so the door was open, and once the door was open, the floodgates, my friend, came rushing through. And so Robin refers to this as a really bad day.
Yes.
So that means to me that this happened in one day.
One fucking
which means
day.
to me that Robin asks everybody to hop on a Zoom call within one day, and we've got 18 kids that are like, well, some of them have kids, some of them are working, some of them are traveling, who knows what everybody's doing, but they can't coordinate it on the spot to get on a Zoom call. Christine even said they were amiable. Like they were, it's not that they didn't want to, it's just like, this is my schedule, this is my time zone, I'm not really sure if I can do it right now. They didn't jump as soon as Robin asked them to. And so then she got defensive. She pushed away and she said, well, then fucking forget about it then.
Yeah.
Within a day. And we were talking in our reaction about this, which by the way, you can watch patreon.com/realitytvcringe.
Yeah.
We were talking about how unrealistic that is.
Super unrealistic.
Like, I can see if I'm trying to coordinate something and get us all on a Zoom and, you know, it's been a few days and not everybody's responded. Maybe it's been a week and I'm really trying to get us together and nobody's responding. I might feel a little bit butthurt about that.
Yeah, sure.
But one day with 24 people and Christine's like, she starts to really fucking overreact. And oh, now you're overreacting. How about this then, Robin?
Yeah.
And all these kids start saying some shit. Then Gwendolyn pipes in apparently and tries to lighten everything with a joke of some kind.
Something, yeah. And that apparently went really fucking bad.
Did not land well.
No. And we don't know what the fucking joke was. And then Janelle says that a lot of things were said that can't be unsaid and they don't even know if they can come back from that.
Yes.
What was said?
Somebody tell us what
said?
was said. Let's stop right here. This is a great place for us to just take a little bit of a break. Now, if you are watching on YouTube and you want to hear the entire episode, you want to hear all of our commentary, no problem. All you have to do is look up Reality TV Cringe on your favorite podcast platform.
Yes. And if you want the full uncensored podcast on video format, you can go to our Patreon, patreon.com/realitytvcringe. We would love to see you in the premium dumpster, baby.